thanks for watching Numbskull News. And today we're going to get back into the top 25. Week 7 is on tap. So without further ado, we're just going to get right to it. Here we go. Well, we had more upheaval this week. It seems like every week this season, you can't count on a damn thing. However, for back-to-back weeks now, I have Oregon as my number 1 team, 69 points, coming off of a huge win against Ohio State. Massive win. Number 2, Texas with 54 points. Smashed the living hell out of OU, but not good enough for that number 1 spot in my reckoning. Number 3, Army moves up with 51 points. Damn. And I got them far and away the best G5 going right now. Number 4, BYU with 49 points. Speaking of smashing people, they smashed Arizona. They keep smashing people. Yet sometimes I get these, not very many, but a couple comments here or there that want to denigrate BYU. Utah fans, they're a little salty. I understand, but hey, you got the Holy War coming up. Let's see. You got every chance in the world to pee on their grave if you wish. Number 5, Miami, 47 points. And on a bye week, they only fell a little bit. Number 6 is Iowa State, also with 47 points. Huge win against West Virginia. Number 7 is Boise State, 45 points. They keep moving up. Number 8, Indiana on a bye week, 41 points. Number 9, Navy, also. A lot of bye weeks this week. 41 points for Navy, though. Good enough for 9th place. At 10, Pitt. They get into the top 10, 40 points. Good job, Pitt. Number 11, Vanderbilt, 39 points. They haven't disappointed yet. Let's see how far this streak can go. Number 12, bye week, 38 points. Still good enough for 12th. They're not in the top 10 anymore, but we'll see what happens. At 13, Louisiana Monroe, 38 points as well. They keep on winning. How about that? Number 14, Syracuse, 37 points. Number 15, Ohio State falls to number 15. They still got 36 points. They're still in good position to get back up in there. Now, I need to address something real quick. I'm sure there's some people like, hold on. So Ohio State falls to 15. And when we get through this list, you're going to see that Penn State did not survive. They are out of the top 25. Even though both of those had the same amount of points last week, they were ranked 6th and 7th, respectively. So how in the hell did Penn State lose so many points that they dropped out? Okay. Ohio State lost to Oregon. Oregon last week was number 1 team in the country. So obviously ranked higher than Ohio State. So Ohio State only loses so much. They lost 5 points. That's it. They lost 5 points going on the road to Oregon. Now, if it was at home, they would have lost an additional 5 points. They would have lost 10 overall. And their position, they would have, at that point, they wouldn't have fallen out of the top 25, but they'd be a lot lower. Now, this is what happened to Penn State. Now, I don't give a damn who the national media, the AP, in their poll, where they have USC. USC last week was not in my top 25. Unranked team. Penn State lost to an unranked team. So this is what happens when you lose to a unranked team. Let me just give you a little quick refresher of how my point system works. So, Penn State versus USC. So what kind of points did USC get? Let's start there. They got 5 points for the win. And then depending on where Penn State is ranked, that's how many points they get. So, Penn State was in the top 25, so there's 5 points. They were within the top 15, there's another 5 points. And they were within the top 10, so there's another 5 points. Penn State was ranked 6th. So that's how the blocks work. Top 25 is 5, 15 is 5, top 10 is 5. If you beat someone in the top 5, that's another 5. And if you beat the number 1 team in the country, that's yet another 5. If you beat the top 10 in the country, that's 25 points. But for USC, that was 15 points. And if you look right down here, number 22, USC has 34 points. Now, overall, last week, USC had 14 points going into that game. They netted 20 points. 5 for the win, 5 for a top 25. Penn State was definitely in the top 25. They were in the top 15, that's another 5. And in the top 10, that's another 5. So 5 times 4 is 20 points. That's what USC got. Conversely, Penn State lost to an unranked team. So all those points that I just talked about USC gaining, well, that's how and why Penn State lost 20 points. The same way. They lost 5 for losing. They lost 5 because they were ranked in the top 25. They lost another 5 because they were ranked in the top 15. And another 5 because they were in the top 10. So 4 times 5 is 20. So 20 points is what they lose. Very simple crap. But that's why Penn State's no longer in the top 25. They still have a chance to climb back in. They got a schedule that will allow for them to jump right all the way back up into the playoff picture. So if you're a Penn State fan, don't freak out just yet. It's not over. All right. Well, UConn, guess what? Guess what with UConn? You guessed it, on a bye week, but they still had 36 points. Good enough for 16th. Clemson, number 17, they're moving up. Damn, I did not put their point total, did I? Well, we could fix that. 36 points for Clemson. Kansas State makes its way back to the top 25, beating Colorado on the road. They got 35 points, good enough for 18th. At number 19 is Louisville, 35 points. Great win versus Virginia. Now, I screwed up the point system last week. I forgot about Virginia. Virginia had 38 points. That would have had them in the top 10 last week. That's why Louisville made this big jump. They get in the top 25 because they beat a highly ranked team. Number 20, Arkansas. On a bye week. Still 34 points. Number 20. At number 21 is Georgia. They moved down from the 19th spot. They got passed up by a few people. Even though they won, it wasn't some big-ass win against some highly ranked team or anything, so there are no extra points to get. But Georgia has a schedule that will allow for them to keep on climbing. At number 22, the aforementioned USC with 34 points. Great win by USC. At number 23, the Ragin' Cajuns of Louisiana, 32 points. And number 24, Alabama, 30 points. And holy crap, back by popular demand in the top 25 is the University of North Texas, the Mean Green, 29 points. So that's it, folks. That's the top 25 for week 7. One little thing I want to add in. Liberty has 28 points. So they're barely just eking out of the top 25. And by the way, they had to cancel a game. So that really sucks for them. They have 5 games in week 7. That's all the points they can get off of there. That's the only reason they're out of the top 25. If they had played that game, I'm sure they would have won. And they would have knocked UNT out. But it sucks for them right now. We'll see what happens down the road with Liberty. But as far as it looks, they are unbeaten So there are extra points that they could finish the season unbeaten. And let's see if they can get up into this this playoff thingy. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching this crap, and I'll be back with some other crap later. Bye.